Exxon can no longer escape a trial for lying. I mean, just lying for decades and decades about the truth of climate change and the dangers of climate change. What's so amazing about this story to me, Farron, is that out of this are coming all these documents. And you've written a couple of stories where you've taken the documents and you've said, this was done in 1965, 1970, where they said, yeah, there's something here about climate change, and yes, we do believe that it's man-made, created climate change, and yes, our fossil fuels have something to do. I mean, we're looking at the documents now. You can't lie anymore. They wrote it. It's in, black and white.
Right, and those are documents, I believe the first one was 1972,
right,
where they firmly admitted, this is real, we're causing it, this is bad for us. So 72-ish, mid-70s maybe, when Exxon admitted this. But you go back 20 years before that, and this is the part of the documents that everybody misses. In the 1950s, Exxon's own scientists were saying, and this was before we knew about greenhouse gas, the greenhouse effect, climate change, those weren't words. They said, hey, wait a minute. We're starting to notice this burning of these fuels that we're producing it's causing this buildup in the atmosphere that this could lead to some kind of catastrophic climate effect in the 1950s.
Right.
And so it was 70 years they have known and done nothing.
Well, and the question is, how do you get your arms around the catastrophe that people like Exxon have caused? Now, here's their list. Here's what they're doing. We know this because this is in their documents. They're going to fashion an extraordinary campaign to hide the truth in the documents. They know about it. They're going to hire biostitutes. They're going to go to universities and hire some professor who's written two paragraphs about the topic, pay him $1 million and say, it's a bunch of bunk, there's no such thing. We've already seen that. The Create Doubt campaign, that's part of their campaign. Create doubt. Another part of their campaign is use influence with the media. We're advertising so much in the media, surely we can call people like Phil Griffin from MSNBC or whoever's running CNN, and we can say, I really wish you wouldn't do that story because we're advertising a lot with you. And they capitalize, here's real interesting, capitalize on Citizens United. What does that mean? Spread money around. And be sure we spread as much to Democrats as we do to Republicans. That's part of their plan. Balance that money that comes between. Focus on media commentators. Seek out media commentators who will say, oh, this is ridiculous. And last of all, buy science.
Yeah, and it's been this coordinated campaign. It's been going on for decades. It gets more sophisticated with each passing year. But this particular lawsuit is really interesting to me because this one does have potential for success. Because what they're arguing, and this is Maura Healey, Massachusetts Attorney General, she's saying, listen, your lies to your own investors have cost these people money because you're creating a mess that they will eventually have to pay to clean up, your company will. By lying to them, you have caused them a direct financial damage. So unfortunately, we have to go that route because, hey, wealthy people are going to lose money. But that's about the only way you can get justice against a major corporation is by, like Bernie Madoff, the only guy that went to jail in the whole banking scandal. It's because he ripped off wealthy people.
Yeah.
That's what I see this as.
That's really well put. The scale is monstrous. I mean, you got coastal cities that are having to spend billions of dollars just to shore up the shoreline.
Yeah.
So you don't have condominiums that are ending up in the Atlantic Ocean or the Gulf of Mexico. We'll follow this case more.